Plastic pollution, a term familiar to all, yet deeply misunderstood. It's a silent invader creeping into our streets, rivers, and even our food. In Bhopal alone, a city of just 2.5 million souls, 120 tons of plastic waste is produced every single day. Now, imagine the staggering scale of waste generated by a global population of over 8 billion. This crisis is not just about numbers, it's about the devastating impact on our planet and our future. But change begins with awareness and action. Inspired by the urgency of this issue, we embarked on a mission to tackle plastic pollution in our community. This is our journey. Our survey revealed that over 90% of people recognize the urgency of plastic pollution but lack the practical guidance to act. To address this, we began with an awareness session at our school, engaging students and staff in discussions about its impact. We showcased inspiring images of the Bhanpur landfill site and other colonies which were once notorious for plastic pollution and unpleasant odors, now transformed into clean, beautiful spaces by local activists. Through other powerful visuals and statistics, we highlighted critical issues such as marine life destruction, microplastics, and Bhopal's alarming waste production statistics. To inspire action, we conducted a workshop where students learned sustainable practices like best from waste techniques and created reusable items. An expert also shared practical tips on reducing plastic use in daily life. After the workshop, we also distributed cloth bags, and many attendees expressed their enthusiasm for using them as sustainable alternatives to plastic. Next, we visited junior school classes to engage students in discussions about the harms of plastic. We also put up pamphlets on display boards to ensure that the message stayed visible and impactful. Our efforts extended far beyond our school. We displayed Say No to Plastic posters in crowded marketplaces and distributed more cloth bags to promote sustainable alternatives. We shared informative pamphlets with tips for reducing plastic use with the wider community. Through our Instagram page, Plastic Patrollers, we are expanding our reach, sharing regular updates, and inspiring collective action to combat plastic pollution. Impact is more than about numbers, it's about changing attitudes. Shopkeepers noted growing customer interest in alternatives to plastic, and attendees shared how the session changed them. Here is what they had to say. What part of the session do you think has had the biggest impact on your personality?
I think the part where the statistics were shown related to the plastic usage, they had the most impact because it made me feel really sad that how we are harming the environment, but we are not aware of our actions.
Okay, have you made any changes in line with that?
Yeah, we use the reusable water bottles and also the poly bags more of when we are going somewhere.
Do you feel more motivated to spread awareness about plastic pollution among your peers now?
Yeah, it's like it was a great motivation as well as learning so that I can tell others what I learned and they can also help make our environment better.
Do you think this awareness session should be integrated into the school curriculum?
I think yes, if possible, it would be a great solution to tell about it to the students like once in a year.
Have you observed any measurable change in students' behavior or habits since the session, particularly in terms of reducing plastic waste?
See, actually, I have not observed whether there is any change in the students or not. But I particularly have started using paper bags, and also I have started using those paper bottles to make a flower vase and pen stands kind of thing. So this is what I'm following at my personal level.
Wow, that's really creative from you. Were there any specific concepts or practices discussed in the session that you believe could face practical challenges in their implementation?
Yes, definitely. Because see, in the school, it's really very difficult for us to reduce the usage of plastics. In case, like in the canteens, all the chips and all those things, biscuits, they all food items which are available in the canteen. It is wrapped in the plastic packets only. So if we can do it, that is a big challenge because companies, they are not wrapping it in a paper bag or paper packets. So that's a big challenge. Ki those things we cannot reduce. Yes, but what we can do is proper disposal of those plastic packets that are available in the canteens. There were certain things which was informed to us by the throughout the session. That is how can we separate the garbages like wet and dry garbage. We need to separate and then put it in a different garbage bin. So that was very informative for me because from that time onwards I have started. I bought 2 dustbins for my home, one for the wet and the other one for the dry garbage. Whatever videos they showed during that session, it showed how difficult it was for the people, those who were collecting garbage for disposal. It was very difficult for them to separate the wet and dry garbage, right? And of course, it should be like it would be more effective if the whole school community would be the part of that particular session. So there were only limited amount of people, so the awareness which was created for a limited amount of people, that should be actually for the whole school community.
Do you think the session's focus on individual action is sufficient, or should there have been more emphasis on systematic changes and policies to support plastic reduction?
See, in that particular session, they should have discussed more ways how to, dispose the electrical or e-waste. So that was missing in the session. And in fact, there should be laws and policies formed to ban the use of non-biodegradable plastics, and we should encourage people to use the biodegradable plastics. And apart from this, if people are using non-biodegradable plastics, they should impose some sort of fine in to those people or maybe the companies which are making or packing their food items in such plastic, so they are using it, so we should impose some sort of fine on those people.
Our journey is far from over. This is only the beginning. Together, we can build a plastic free future one step at a time.